what's it like to ride an automatic motorcycle? Well, it's actually pretty nice. It's wicked fast. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Moto Mengy channel. My name's Mengy. Hope everyone's doing well during this time of crisis. So while I'm riding home today, I thought I'd talk about something that I've gotten a few comments on from various viewers so far. I've had quite a few people ask me, what's it like to ride the Honda Goldwing with the DCT? Now, for those who don't know what DCT stands for, it's dual clutch transmission, which the newly redesigned Goldwing comes with as an option. There's a 6-speed manual available too, but I've talked to 2 dealers around me, Honda dealers. They both say the same thing, that 90% of all of the new Goldwings they've sold are DCT Goldwings. They don't sell many of the 6-speed manuals. And I can understand why. One test drive and it really does kind of impress the hell out of you. But it is more or less an automatic motorcycle. You know, there's no clutch lever here, so the bike shifts for you, kind of like a moped, in all honesty. No lie. But it does have a manual mode you can put it into, and then you can shift manually with the paddle shifters, thumb and forefinger right here, which is pretty nice too. But in all honesty, I ride 95% of the time in fully automatic mode. Honda built this thing to ride so nice and to do such a great job at shifting on its own that you really don't need to shift manually at all. Although it is nice you still can. Well, everyone here out for walks, fishing. So I thought I'd be shifting manually more than I have, but I don't. Honestly, the only time I really use manual mode is when I'm in sport mode. And I only really go into sport mode some really good twisty roads or when I'm riding, you know, a lot more sporty than normal. So what's it like to ride an automatic motorcycle? Well, it's actually pretty nice. It's wicked fast. That's one of the biggest surprises about the DCT transmission, in that it can shift so smoothly and so fast, so quickly, that in all honesty, this Goldwing pulls like a Tesla. And I'm not exaggerating too much there. I've test driven a Tesla. I've ridden in the side of the passenger side of another Tesla. Teslas are horsepower machines. They'll throw you back in your seat and surprise the crap out of you. And that's due to their electric motors. You know, they're all torque at an instant. So when you give the gas pedal the good juice, Tesla just launches. And it pulls non-stop until you let off the throttle. Or until you hit the rev limiter, whichever one you hit first, but... And riding the DCT on the Goldwing is very similar, in all honesty, in that if you give it gas, it pulls like a speed demon on Red Bull. I know Goldwings are touring motorcycles, but this touring motorcycle is faster than it has any right to be, which is nice. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, and I'm not normally a fast rider. Most of my riding is just the speed limit, sightseeing, touring around. But that said, it is wonderful to have the option to just let her rip once in a while. And this bike can do it. It's so fast that I'm not gonna say it's scary. It's not scary fast. I mean, there are sport bikes that are faster than this Goldwing, but it will hold its own against most of them, in all honesty. But speed isn't really the best part of the DCT. I mean, it's a nice part, don't get me wrong, but the real perk of the DCT is the smoothness of the shifts. It makes riding effortless. Now, I know a lot of motorcycle riders don't like that, you know. They're all about, you know, without a shifter and a clutch pedal, what's the point? You know, part of riding a motorcycle is shifting manually. What a view! Woohoo! And I'll admit, up until I bought this Goldwing, I would have agreed with all them. In all honesty, I also thought part of riding a motorcycle was shifting with the clutch of the foot. And I really didn't think I'd like the DCT as much as I did. When I took it for its first test ride, I fully expected to not like it. For all the reasons everyone else complains about. It makes riding too easy, it's too boring, there's no thrill. I would have said the same thing until I rode it. And then I realized, hey, wait a minute. There's something rather nice about this automatic dual clutch transmission. What's even stranger is the more you ride it, the better you like it. And a large part of that is due to the fact that having the bike shift for you really, truly does lessen the load on your brain while you're riding. Now, I know the argument against that is muscle memory. You know, part of riding a bike is, you know, you shift, you don't think about it, you just do it. And again, I would have agreed with that before I rode this bike and before I bought it. But it is surprising how much mental capacity is freed up while you're riding when you don't have to worry about shifting the bike. Upshifts, downshifts, shifting in corners. All of that goes by the wayside with a DCT on the Goldwing. And it's bloody lovely. I gotta be honest, it's just wonderful. In a lot of ways, it allows you to focus more on the ride and the road itself rather than the bike you're operating. And yeah, it's different, you know. It's not for everyone, that's for sure. There are people who love manual shifting so much that they'll never give it up. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I was one of them once. Now, I'm not sure I'd ever buy a motorcycle without a DCT transmission. Maybe as a second bike I would, but not for a main bike. It's grown on me a lot. I have learned to like it. Well, no, I've learned to love it a lot. Like is not strong enough a word. It's also converted riding in cities and traffic to be a much nicer experience than it used to be. For most of my 30 years of riding, I would avoid towns and cities as much as possible because it would frustrate me. Come into a standstill. Since buying the Goldwing with the DCT, I've got a whole new love for riding in cities and towns because it no longer bothers me at all. I don't mind sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic or running light-to-light stoplights because it's effortless right now with this. It's downright pleasant. Yeah. Honda did a good job with this dual clutch. So would I recommend it? Most definitely. I'd also recommend to anyone who is even the slightest bit interested in what a DCT ride's like, go test ride one. Go to your Honda dealer, ask to ride a Goldwing or an Africa Twin, because the Honda Africa Twin, which is their adventure bike, also comes with the DCT on it. I mean, Honda's been selling them for over 10 years. They've got it down pretty good. But yeah, if you go test ride one, be forewarned and be careful. It has a way of convincing you and converting you. It's nice. Nicer than you probably think it is. So are there really any downsides to having a DCT on your motorcycle? Honestly, not so far. If you don't mind losing the clutch and the foot shifter, then there aren't any downsides that I can think of, really. The one downside, when I do oil changes, the DCT has its own filter, the oil filter. So during oil changes, you got two filters to change out, one for the engine, one for the transmission. I guess that's really the largest negative I can think of, which is pretty telling in itself, I guess. Roundabout. Roundabout. Da 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 da. Roundabout. Da 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 da. Doo ba doo ba doo 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 doo. But that's not really a negative. I mean, truthfully, you know, with the Goldwing here, the oil changes are every 8,000 miles. And actually with the transmission, it's every 16,000. It's even less than that, so it's not really that big of an issue at all, but it's the only negative I can think of. I'm just trying to think of issues, negatives, and I really can't think of many. It's been awesome. I'm a dual clutch convert, and I think they're great on motorcycles. Now, if you want something different that's a good comparative alternative, if you've ever ridden an electric motorcycle, like a Zero or a Harley Livewire, they feel very similar to what the Goldwing rides like with the DCT, you know? No shifting, smooth, instant power. Pulls like a speed addict on Monster energy drinks. fact, in a lot of ways, this Goldwing does ride like an electric motorcycle. I mean, yeah, it's a 6-cylinder gas engine down here. It's basically a Honda Accord engine, but the riding experience is very similar to an electric motorcycle. It just is. So yeah, I recommend the DCT. If you're looking to buy a Goldwing or an adventure bike, definitely test the Honda bikes with the DCT on them. Even if you don't think you're gonna like it, take them for a ride, try it out. You may be surprised. I know I sure was. I really thought I'd hate it. I was dead wrong. Alright. I'm gonna end the video there. Hopefully that answers your questions, all you people who ask me about what it's like to ride a bike with a DCT on it. If not, if you have more specific questions, let me know. I'll answer them. So thanks for watching. If you found the video interesting, hit the like button. Subscribe if you like the channel. Want to see more? And take care. Ride safe. Till next time.